2026 is in just 2 months. And if you've been struggling with scrolling or whatever bad habit, procrastinating, not being productive, relapsing, and you're just trying to kind of, eliminate it, get back on track, try to stay productive, go after your goals, but you just keep failing time and time again. And this might have been going for years. It was for me at least, as well. And whenever you try to kind of change something, you try to cut down on distractions, improve productivity, you do have some good periods of time where you actually lock in, where you are staying productive, where you just have these good periods where you're locked in, you're getting after your goals, and everything seems to be going well, but it just doesn't last permanently. You still keep falling down, you still keep falling down. And people in life, they say, well, it's always ups and downs, and you just can't really do anything about it. But I disagree here. Ups and downs can be, let's say, in the results that you are getting, but let's say with your actual life, with the work you're putting in, I believe that you have a 100%, let's say, opportunity of control, because right now you don't have 100% of control over your decisions and and the situations you find yourself in, because you don't like them and you want to change them, but you still don't. So what is the problem here? The problem here is that your subconscious mind is basically took over your body, right? Your subconscious mind is the reason why you keep relapsing, is the reason why you keep procrastinating, why you keep missing the habits that you are trying to develop, why you are not being productive. It's because of your subconscious. And it's not only about the impulses and no basically it being prone to distractions. No, it's a bit deeper than that. Basically, our subconscious mind has a programming, and it's being programmed by the conscious mind. So 95% of the decisions you take throughout the day are controlled by the subconscious mind. So it doesn't feel like you're not really thinking throughout the day, but the thing is, you're actually almost never thinking throughout the day. You do everything on autopilot. You're not consciously doing it. When you open your phone and when you check the messages and when you scroll through reels, and when you get up, you go to work or you go to school and you come back, you're not actually conscious. You're just, your subconscious mind has just done these things so many times, it is taking over, right? The first time you were doing, let's say it was the first time you had to go to work. Well, you would be conscious. You would be looking for directions. You would be, excited to go. You would be scared. You know, you would actually be conscious. But over time, the subconscious mind takes over, and it just controls you. And this is why I'm telling you this. It is very, very important to understand it, because every single bad habit that you are doing, and every bad thing that you know is coming out of you, is because of the subconscious mind and the programming that it basically had, you know, developed from the conscious mind. The conscious mind programmed your subconscious, and now you are acting in such a way. Every single day you do some bad habit, you're just being programmed. You're being programmed and programmed, and over time it becomes so strong that you don't even feel that you're doing things subconsciously, that you know you are trying to stay productive, and then something c- comes to your mind, and then uh you just don't even realize how you switched from one task to the other, and then you're doing something entirely different, and then you say, oh, the entire day was wasted because I did something that I really didn't want to do. I spent 2 hours scrolling here. That's because of the subconscious mind. But here's the good part, right? You can program your subconscious. You can program your subconscious, instead of it doing the bad things, the scrolling, having all these cravings for distractions. You can actually program it to be productive. You can program it to, over time, just be productive automatically, do the work automatically, go to the gym automatically, eat well automatically. That is also programmable, and that's good, right? Like, it's then it's okay that you're not conscious throughout the entire day, and then that your subconscious can actually take over, right? Because it's even easier than to just stick to your good habits and being productive and going towards the right direction. It's like, you know instead of uh the pilot piloting the plane the entire flight, always have to steer the plane to go towards the right direction. It just has a good destination that they have to land at, and then he just puts down autopilot. You see what I'm trying to say? It's it can be such a good thing, but right now it's a destructive thing. And if you actually want to kind of still change something before the end of this year, you need to make drastic changes, right? Whenever you would try to make something, some little changes, change little by little, cut down on something, mm, let's say go stronger on something else, you would just it would just not be so permanent and consistent. And even though people say you need to take small steps, well, yeah, but here, if you actually want to change your life, I think what the most important thing is becoming conscious. It's it's kind of becoming super super conscious. In order to become conscious, there are a couple of things you can be doing. One is meditation. You slow down, you completely detach from all the thoughts, right? Because it's just your subconscious firing, like, uh let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, like, basically the cravings of the subconscious. So meditation just kind of gets it all out. You become conscious. You're calm, and you become conscious of your surroundings, and you take back control of your body. And now the second way, like, these are kind of tricks and tips that I can recommend you do, is start talking out loud. So basically, whenever you're about to do something, let's say pick up your phone, and you have to call someone or do some work or whatever, right? Just start talking out loud. Okay, right now, I'll be picking up my phone, and I'm gonna make one call, and then I'm gonna instantly close the phone once I'm done, and then I'm gonna do this, that. And you just keep talking out loud. And even in the situations when you find yourself wanting to scroll, you say, okay, so right now I want to scroll, I want to open my phone. um yeah, this is basically just my body craving it. Should I scroll? mm, I'm not sure. Like, these are the actual situations I find myself in. I can't say that I always say, okay, I won't scroll. I kind of sometimes weigh everything. I see, okay, so the work, okay, it's done. The work is done. I will have to do this later, but I can give myself like 5 minutes, and yeah, I'm gonna give some pleasure. It kind of sounds a bit weird, but it does work. And of course, you gotta be careful. Most of the time, you just say, "Okay, why am I thinking this? Why am I doing this?" But you gotta be like careful not to always, when you're conscious, just instantly say, "Oh, I got this." Let's say arousal, or this basically distraction, and it's a bad thing. I just gotta kick it out, because then what you'll start doing is you'll just stop talking out loud, right? You'll just close it, because you will want to have some pleasure, so you wouldn't kind of want to contradict yourself and go against yourself, so you're just gonna turn that voice off. So kind of, we don't there should be some wiggle room, like, there should be some compromises, but just going conscious is a very very good step. Just noticing that you have these, let's say, distractions, and these things come up, and these feelings and emotions, when you actually notice them, it's a good thing. Because usually we just get so many emotions into our heads. We get a sad emotion, and then we instantly look for a way out. We start scrolling, we start watching YouTube, we're doing whatever, right? It's just to kind of numb an emotion down. So if you start becoming conscious, and you say, okay, this emotion just came up, I'm feeling a bit depressed and sad because I had a shitty day, I wasn't staying productive, and now I feel like the day is wasted. Observing it is already a win. Just understanding that, you messed up. in one place is already a win. And you don't just let that, because you're breaking the cycle. When you understand it, you're breaking the cycle. You're not letting it repeat over and over again, because you actually start becoming conscious, and over time you will regain control of your life. So my advice to you is, if I mean if you watch this video, I mean, congratulations. I was going, yapping, going through loads of, let's say, different angles, but I really do feel like this advice that I share with you is helpful and life changing, and is actually something that I'll be following throughout these next 60 days to absolutely change my life, regain control, and finally, you know, have permanent progress. Because that's what we want. We want to, you know, permanently be improving by 1% every single day. And of course, it's not realistic to always do that, but we do want to be going uphill, right? We want to be going uphill and not downhill. And becoming conscious is the first step, because once you become conscious, you can control your actions, you can control your decisions, and you can actually, break the cycle of being controlled by the subconscious. So I really hope this video helps. Um, Comment and kind of share some of the struggles that you have in the moment, and what you'll be working towards. How are you going to try to stay conscious? What kind of practices are you going to be doing? Maybe you have some other suggestions, so feel free to share those, because people, including myself, would really appreciate if you have any insights or any experiences of finding something that actually works, like meditation or talking out loud. I kind of just came up with this on my own. I've never heard anyone saying, talking out loud. But for me, talking out loud is a cheat code. I still don't do it often enough, but I'm trying to develop the habit. I'm gonna, have some posters around the house, some reminders to, stay improving, and kind of, you know, being on track to develop the habit of being conscious, regaining control back of my life, and doing loads of great things, and just being more grateful. Yeah, gratefulness is also a big part, but it's already another video. But I want to leave you with this last takeaway before we go. In this journey, right, when you are regaining consciousness, it also really matters to feel grateful. Like, even if you catch yourself doing something bad and you're just having these negative emotions, just forget those, try to push them aside, and then feel grateful for all the great things that happened throughout the day, and even those who didn't happen. Maybe there were things you wanted to happen a certain way. Just be grateful for, let's say, that vision. Imagine that the things actually went during the day the way you wanted it. And it sounds weird, woo woo, but over time, right, your mind actually, it doesn't differentiate between thoughts and the actual events that took place. So if you keep doing this, the next day you have a way higher chance of actually following through with the fake memories that you had yesterday, because the past of your mind is the future. 90% of the thoughts that you had yesterday, you have today. So if you can, like, try to trick your mind into thinking that you had an amazing day, that you remember that you were working for 2 hours, that you went to work out, the next day you have a way higher chance of actually doing those uh, same actions again. But you know not the bad ones, but those actual ones that you kind of tricked yourself into believing. I really hope this will help. Sorry for rambling so much, but I really hoped this helped. And even if one person watches it, I'll be super grateful. And yeah, let's crush 2025 and set ourselves for success for 2026. Bye bye.